Welcome to the One Shot Wonderarium. I, as always, am your host, Tony. And of course, I have too many TTRPGs and not enough friends, so I've tricked some people on the internet to come here and play some games with me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the first they're hearing of this. It's been great. So we are looking today to play a game, Bottle Spirits. Bottle Spirits, for those of you who don't know, Bottle Spirits is a game by Nick Butler, and it's a game of running and rebellion. The idea behind the game is the government put something into, or someone put something into alcohol sales that started turning people into almost zombies. They're not zombies, but that's a good shorthand for them. And now we're hoping maybe our runners might be able to get a cure from point A to point B and maybe start that mass production and get some folks saved. We'll get more into the system here in a minute, but let's start off by introducing our guest today. Let's start, John. Do you want to start off?
Yeah.
Tell us who you are and where folks can find you real quick.
Yeah, I'm John, lover of all things TTRPG, creator of games, and you can find me pretty much everywhere as Net Handsome Games. Yeah.
Perfect. And then Kyle, who are you and where can folks find you?
Obviously, I'm Kyle, because you just said that. I am all sorts of places under the name Homebrew City. I am not actually in the TTRPG space as everyone else here. I actually teach people how to make their own booze in their own kitchens, and am a beer judge at that. So, stay frosty.
Absolutely. Brett?
Frothy. Yeah, I think you mean say frothy.
What?
Well, you know.
Frothy Brett, who are you?
You drag me in here anytime you don't have someone. I'm just your replacement. Everyone knows who I am. I've been here every Wednesday, so hi, I'm Brett. I'm no one new. They know me.
Brett is a regular here on Roll for Respawn, as is, of course, my government-issued emotional support introvert, Blood. Also, tech director and person who deserves a lot of kudos for making the show work.
I'll be in chat because this is pre-recorded.
Absolutely, because I'm on a work trip.
Ta-da!
But that's okay. So, Bottle Spirits is a very interesting game. It's a very dense game, actually. This game is only 6 pages on the PDF. But there's a lot to dissect in there, and some of it we'll talk about here, but some of it you're kind of just going to have to see us play. So to start, each of our characters will have 3 stats: cool, savvy, and quick. As they're running through the city, trying to find and then deliver this cure, they'll be using those stats. Cool when they're under pressure, savvy when they need to be convincing, and quick when they need to slip past trouble. However, these stats also are for something else. Each person is going to have a clear bottle that they put their dice in. They're going to have 10 d6. Of those d6, they're going to pick out whatever number they need. So cool is the max number of dice you can roll on any check. As they're going, there is a chance for them to re-roll. Savvy determines how many dice they can re-roll. And quick actually determines their maximum gap threshold, which is something we'll touch on a little bit later. I will roll anything that doesn't succeed. I will basically roll against them. And I have a different sort of success mark. And then from there, we'll see who succeeds more times. Whoever does, if I succeed more than the players, well, they've failed that roll. If they succeed more, well, they're going to get a success. And we've got a bunch of different success rewards based on what type of roll they had to make originally. Failures, however, don't care what roll you tried to make, they're gonna hit you with a few things anyway. So that's the base of this game. Let's get into the setting a little bit. New York used to be a bustling city with bright lights and folks headed to their jobs at the factory, coffee shops on the corner, and, well, the smell of urine in the streets. That part stayed. The dream used to be a white picket fence and maybe less smell of urine. But that dream is long gone now. The buildings are starting to fall into disrepair as people are afraid to leave their homes, dissuaded by the roaming and shuffling of the dead-eyed people in the streets. These people are known as the high-spirited to those who are still of their full faculties. Of course, the high-spirited mostly affected the poorest and marginalized parts of the city. And that was always, it seems, part of the plan. Set them against their own. They've done it over and over and over. And by they, let's leave no mistake, we mean the government. We've always known that booze changed people, made you loose-lipped, erratic, giddy, and hungry. It affects people differently, so there are more things, of course. They can take your life and help you leave it behind in whatever way you choose, but no one had ever seen anything like this, and you'd have to see it to believe it. But even then, you'd wish to forget the moment you'd seen. The moment that you'd seen someone you love, a parent, a child, spouse, sibling, friend, change before your very eyes. You'd never forget the pain there was knowing you could do nothing to stop them from taking a bite of Uncle George as they tried to cut the Thanksgiving turkey. There was no amount of yelling and screaming that would bring them back to their senses. You just had to run. And it all started with the Spirits, a new drink that showed up on the street. It was cheap and it was flowing. People were happy. Then they started to put on muscle and get aggressive. We all thought maybe they just had a little bit too much. Maybe they were all visiting the gym. It's a little weird, but we didn't think too much of it. Then you start to see the light fade from their eyes, and their thinking starts to slow down. It was almost like watching the worst hypnotist in the world do the best trick. Horrifying. Then it got gross. The vomiting happened. And maybe you thought maybe that was what people needed. Get it out of the system. It didn't help. Finally, their eyes faded to a dull gray, and you realize that the person you once knew is no longer home. They turn, becoming a high-spirited, and eating anyone or anything that wasn't like them. You don't know how they tell the difference, and you haven't hung around one long enough to learn. You're too busy running for your life. So what happened next? Alcohol was banned. They said it was to prevent the spread, but it's a convenient excuse to lock up undesirables. Travel was also limited. Ships and trains stopped. And in the halt of everything, and in the bans and the shutdowns, bootleggers did what they do best. And capitalism also did what it does best. There was a new income, people desperate to find a cure. And bootleggers, well, they started to reverse engineer it, modify it, and make it safer. They, with the help of some criminal elements, opened speakeasies and sold the new formulas. Now, with the mob involved, they're selling this brand new illegal formula, and there's some distribution networks. Our players here have, in their own way, become a part of that distribution network. And while some formulas have failed in the past, this formula that we're going to work with tonight may just be the cure that helps save everyone. So we open on a speakeasy. This is the type of place that you walk in, and it's called the Cannery because it's in an old, derelict cannery manufacturing building, canning building. You head past some of the machinery and through a door marked staff only. And then you go ahead and it's the 1920s. You can't hit a vending machine, but you do the version of that. You go ahead and knock on a wall with one of those little like dispensers, right? You could put a penny in and spin the dispenser, right? Right by that wall, if you knock a certain number of times, you're let into the cannery. It is a place where people still find some joys in, for now. The government and the police have been shutting these places down left and right, as once again, alcohol is banned. But people will find a way. As you head through the cannery to the back room, the noise of the jazz band and the dancers and the people trying to forget what is outside fades away. And you see our crew seated around a table. In front of this table is a full-suited black man, Little Jackson is what they call him. Little Jackson is, despite the name, one of the fiercer elements in the city. He's the type of person that you don't cross and live to tell the tale. Some of you have already had some strikes with Little Jackson. Some of you are meeting Little Jackson for the first time. But all of you are now in Little Jackson's employ. Now, I do say, we have a new formula. It's not here, but each of y'all have been around the block a time or two. And I'm gonna need you to go out to the 32nd district and pick up the dead drop with some of these new formulas, and you're gonna have to go deliver them. Along the way, if you can tell folks about it, well, that right there is gonna help us out, and you're gonna get a better pay for it.
Alright. So 30-second, that's a fair bit away, isn't it?
It is. You all are experts at moving around. I don't see that to be any issue.
Are you trying to tell me an Irishman can't go do a run?
Irishman can run a lot better than a Brit.
Yeah,
Any
calm
day.
yourself.
Immediately with the hate, love it.
It's 1920. You can buy a loaf of bread for 12 cents. I can be bitter, okay?
The good old days during the zombie apocalypse when you could buy bread for 12 cents.
Hey, we can buy bread, we can't buy booze.
No, little Jackson. This the important part here, though. This clears the debt, right?
It'll clear the debt. And, like I said, if you spread the word well enough, there might be a little something on top for you, too.
So we go to 30th. Where do we go after? That's the drop off. Will they tell us when we get there, or we just run
There'll
around
be
with
a
our pants
message
down?
when you get there.
Fine.
Where to go.
Alright. So I guess we get going, or you gonna give us anything to get going with?
You didn't bring the tools for...
I mean, I
Running
got my
around?
own, but
Are you-
I was talking about more of the green folks.
You'll see little Jackson will break into the first smile you've seen tonight. You think anybody's more green than you?
She's not that lucky.
Green or not, each of you have done this before. So if you're unprepared, that's on you.
I think we're all prepared here.
Out of
Better well
character.
hope so.
What kind of gear do we have? Like, do we have guns, like crowbars, knives? Like, the game doesn't really give any details about that. But
It does not. I would say so. You can through successes find stuff in the game.
Okay.
So I would say you can have hand things, right? Like if you had a crowbar or if you had, right? Like there are small tools. You're probably not carrying a mace, right? Like
Aw.
because you're running around and speed is of the essence. But if
What
somebody
about a
had
bat?
say exactly, say a baseball bat,
No,
or
you're Irish. It'd be a shillelagh.
Hey, there we go.
or some brass knuckles, right? That type of a thing you could have. I'm going to sort of we're going to be narrative on this. When we call for checks, failures maybe because you don't have the right things for that.
Okay.
Successes means you absolutely have all the right things for that, or you can find a way around it. I think that's part of the game here is when you succeed on a check, it's going to mean that you've got all the supplies and everything you need, no matter what, no matter the fact that you don't have equipment slots in this. So.
Alrighty. So I guess, do we introduce ourselves or just get on the way? Looking at the people who are at the table with me.
Well, I've never met any before. I'm Harold. Nice to meet you. Go by Hooch Hawk.
Hawk, all right.
Hooch Hawk. Alright. Name's Maeve.
Sean Spade.
Look. Just Slippery Pete's fine. Slippery Pete's fine, but let's squeeze out of this one.
Alright, Petey. Let's go.
Squeezing out's the best idea. I've got somebody else to visit, and you'll see little Jackson is gonna walk back out to the main area. So, y'all gathering and headed out. Actually, as Jackson heads out, they go. Also, don't be using the front entrance. Y'all, the guests don't like you.
Don't like them much either, but we bring the goods.
You do, and that's why I pay you when paying's needed.
I guess we'll find the back exit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And there's a way up to the roof from there.
Yeah. So I think we might have one of our first rolls of the session just to kind of get us started, get that going. There's going to be a couple of different ways up to the roof. How successful it is sort of based on y'all. Right. So who would like to head up the sort of escape from the cannery here?
Sure.
Yeah, because
Is it gonna be?
I would have.
A, I mean, I'm just going to look for the quickest way up top.
Yeah, that to me says you're looking for a quick roll here. Surprise. So let's go ahead and make that quick roll.
Everyone?
No.
That was a
It'll
lot
just
of
be
sound.
right. So the way, yep, that's okay. So the way this will work is when I call for a roll, we'll have someone sort of take the lead on that, and that will help determine it for everybody instead of trying to decide 6 different solves all at once, because the potential for y'all
Chaos.
having the same failure 3 times and it being narratively not that interesting. So what'd you say?
So it's roll 10 and then the ones.
No. So,
Terminals.
so
Dice
let's see.
dice
You've
held.
got, so you are going to, dice
60, 10, put
held.
them in a cup, perfectly opaque.
So yeah, you'll roll 3 dice. You are trying to get a 3 or below.
For my quick?
Yes.
My
Or
quick
no,
is
sorry, wrong
5.
person. 5 or below. I was looking at the wrong stat sheet. You, you'll roll 3 dice, and you're trying to get a 5 or below.
Okay.
And let me know how many dice don't hit that 5.
So what I'm looking for is just not rolling a 6. Correct? Or do I have to roll over it? It's below that I had to roll. 2, 2, 4.
Okay. Just make sure. Equal to or lower than your set score points. Okay, so all of those are going to score points. That is a success. So, we're starting out good.
Yippee!
Starting out great tonight.
Yeah.
So, for quick successes, you can. There's 2 choices. One is not quite. So I'm going to say you're going to earn 1 victory point, because the other is you get the vaccine formula. So,
Just
and we're not
immediately win.
quite there yet.
It's like a video
well-
game when you go back a little bit and you find the objective you're supposed to find 6 hours in. You're like, oh,
Right?
Cool.
We won the
So,
game
yeah.
before we even started.
Well, it's one of the solutions of the game. We'll see how this goes, though. So, we'll give you a victory point for that. And so that means you're making good time. So yeah, so there is a rusty fire escape, but a sturdy fire escape out the back. Because this is not the first time runners have had to leave this place, it is padded with carpet to make sure that you're not clanging on the fire escape as you head up to the top. Once again, this is not this is a place that has done this before. So there are markings of the runners before you, and there's possibility that Maeve, you've been on this exact path before. So you know exactly where to lead people. Headed up to the top of the rooftop, y'all are going to have to probably, I would say, parkour from house to house, or from building to building here.
There's
start
ramps,
getting
there's
going.
handholds, stuff like that that's probably been put up.
yeah.
Right.
Or like just sheet wood that's been put down because
Right.
probably.
Could be. I mean, I feel it with one of the win conditions be 10 victory points. I am going to call for some rolls early to kind of get a feel of how quickly we get those victory points. So I'm going to have this be our second roll here to see how we move away from this building.
All right. Not bad. Let's get to move on. And Sean is going to look for the best path to get us to where we're trying to get to, avoiding any and all detection from other rivaling gangs or police.
Okay. Yeah, this feels like another quick roll.
Quick, okay.
You're not quite convincing somebody.
That is one success out of the 3 dice.
Okay, so
Naturally.
I'll roll 2 against you, and we'll
Mhm.
see how that goes.
You should win, considering I rolled a 1.
Well, I have to clear a 4, or I have to do a 4 or under. So I
Mhm.
could roll 2 5s or 2 6s or
That's
some
true.
version of that.
Don't you also get the option to re-roll one of those?
I do actually with a savvy. I can reroll one of those. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Well,
That's not any better.
I'm
That's a
good.
6.
Well, shit.
Well, that's
Get rid of those dice. They're
Good to
rolling
know.
entirely too high.
I tried.
because I'd already rolled your difficulty here. But no, if since we're early on, if you
Mhm.
do have something that applies here, we're early in the game, so I'm not gonna hold it against you immediately, right?
Mhm.
But okay, are we good with that result?
What did you roll?
I'm just making sure we're not
Yes.
gonna use drink tokens or something else, or
No.
some other. Okay.
I only got 2
Cool.
of those. I ain't used my drink tokens yet.
By the way, for those of you, we didn't mention drink tokens in the intro. Each player has 2 drink tokens.
They're
As
get out
they
of jail
go.
free cards, basically.
They are a little bit, and you can pick up more as you go. They are part of one of the win conditions. Actually, I think both of the win conditions, if I remember correctly. So yeah, and have, yep, both of the win conditions require you to have drink tokens. So, but the so I of course got 2 points here. So this is the first failure of the game.
Of course.
So when a failure happens, I get to roll a d6, and you're hoping for a 6 here, because if I roll a 6, nothing happens. But let's be honest, this will be more interesting. Well, that's a 6. So luckily, you find that there used to be a zip line off the top of this roof, but something happened during one of the last times, and you can actually see probably some marks of a crash as the zip line gave out from underneath somebody, and they fell a couple of stories. So you can see sort of the after effects of this zip line failing on somebody, and you're pretty glad it wasn't you.
Looking over the edge. So that's what happened to Wheelie. Well, serves him right.
He's been, well, did he disappear or has he been limping? I'll let you.
He's been limping.
There you
Let's
go.
go with that one.
So you're gonna have to probably climb back down and go on foot through the streets. As the top of the building is no longer a good egress route.
Once we're done, we should probably tell Johnson about his mess with the cord.
Yeah.
Faulty wiring.
So,
Crack on.
It's safer this way, anyways.
Sure.
Is it though?
I don't know.
Falling from your feet is better than top of the house.
I don't like it down here. There's too many places to hide.
Too many places for them to come out of.
The places to hide is what makes it better.
Eh well. Potato, potato. We go.
Bloody
like,
hell's this potato?
I don't fucking know. Some weird American bit.
Trust them.
Have you seen them? Have you heard
Trusting.
them? Anyway.
Bunch of wankers.
so I was letting y'all play out whatever insulting you want to do there.
So much.
So as you head down this room, this rooftop, back down the fire escape, there's a small ladder on the bottom, but y'all are proper runners, so you don't even have to deploy the ladder. You can just hop off, tuck and roll real quick. No big deal for folks that fly around such as you. As you're on the streets now, there's sort of a couple of different options here. And you guys, once again, this is, while I'm coming up with the city sort of on the fly here, if y'all have, if you're like, okay, we want to head through an alley next, or we want to head through this type of space next, say you're welcome to sort of take the lead. Otherwise, I'll come up with a few options and pitch them to you guys. So as we sort of develop this, old school New York City alternate universe together.
There's probably a good chance for us to go through the sewer system. It was a lot of places where people, when their houses were condemned, they went down hiding there. It's an option. Not a fun option. It, smells worse than you. But it's an alternative.
I heard most of them flooded, though. Is that not true?
They can.
They can't be. They can't be.
What season is it? Are we summer, fall, spring, like winter?
Narratively interesting, it's spring.
Okay.
So flooded. Let's
Yeah, never mind.
I don't feel like swimming tonight.
I will say could be flooded. No guarantees.
Fair play.
We could hit back alleys. A lot better than running down the street.
True.
There's nothing actively chasing us. There's no quarantine right now. It's just we don't want to be suspicious. So let's just maybe not the thoroughways, but just walk down the road. If you're already in the alley, they know to look for you in the alley.
Aye, but a group like us probably doesn't exactly meld well. I mean, there's him, and I'm assuming some of us look a lot snazzier than the others. I look like a newspaper boy.
I mean, if y'all want to try to just pass it off and, walk down the streets, that to me sounds like you're trying to be convincing, which would be a savvy roll. It's fully an option that could work.
I would rather. No, I can take lead. Don't draw attention to yourself. None will come through. And worst case scenario, we now have two plans: alleys and sewers.
Oh.
Sure.
Big old happy family.
Big old, Thankfully, with my roll of 2 6s and a 5, but my ultimate ability to reroll pretty much everything. I'm gonna reroll that one. There we go. I got 2. I got 2 successes, leaving 1 for you.
All right. Well, it's not possible for me to win this, but I'm gonna try anyway. I got 0 successes, so.
Oof.
All right. So yeah, you're able to sort of, tuck into jackets and things like that. And,
Hat on.
like you
pulled down low.
Yes and no, right? Like you don't want to tuck in too much because then you're the suspicious person with a hood on type thing, right? Like, but there's a level of bundled up, bundled up a little bit just in case it starts raining. But also, normal enough looking that nobody looks twice to notice that you look a little weird, actually. So that's savvy. One of the things that you're going to see here actually is stashed, as you're sort of leaving the alley, stashed behind the dumpster is sort of actually, not stashed behind the dumpster. So, what was the guy who fell off the roof again?
Willie.
Willie? Yeah. So Willie's flask is sitting in the street. Not in the street, but sort of up against the side of a building. When folks picked up Willie and tried to get him out of there, they didn't get Willie's flask. So what this is going to do is it's going to actually, it's going to give you a drink token.
Hey.
Yeah.
So as you
good
get
job,
a
buddy.
flask of whatever Willie was getting himself into.
And Willie's flask is very recognizable, I imagine.
Well, it's
Well, it's
got
got Willie carved into it in the front.
I was gonna say it looks like a really nice, ornate, silver flask, a gold embossing, and then on the back, like a rusty screwdriver
Christ.
carved Willie.
Absolutely.
it's got the Samson family crest embossed on the front. And then in kindergarten level screwdriver embossing is Willifred, because of course, why go with the easy version of Willie?
Oh, of course.
All right. So you're absolutely able to pick up a flask, which is good, because you're going to you are going to probably need it during the night, for just a little extra kick, right? And it's always helpful to have just a little bit of something
Little
in
bit
case
of
you
a
need to
pick-me
trade
up.
it to a friend or do something there. So as you are running or hurrying through the streets, you're probably not running because once again that attracts attention. Brisk walking. You are going to come upon a part of the street where
No.
was I believe, we'll say in this version of the 20s there were some I think there was early automobiles. So I'm gonna say automobiles were probably a little bit earlier, and they were not widespread, but wide enough spread that when shit went down, you've got an automobile crash here that you come upon the wreckage of.
You think we might be able to get that started?
The cars were in a wreck, right? Like is it like still going on? Like the law enforcement's here, or?
No. This is this has been sitting here for a while.
I mean, we can try, but I'm not a mechanic.
Don't know cars too well.
I can help myself to the trunk, but nothing in the front.
Is
Well-
there anyone like watching these vehicles that we can see just as we're walking, DM?
No, the streets are uneasily quiet for New York. But they've been like that for a while, right?
I think Harold's gonna try. I mean, this vehicle isn't beyond repair,
No.
or is it? Oh,
Well, it would be a roll really to see.
yeah, no,
if
definitely.
what
Harold's
that
gonna
actually
try and
looks like.
hotwire this. Gonna try and
Absolutely.
hotwire this. Pull out a screwdriver.
I'm
Actually, there's no
thinking
keys. Just. I'm gonna
Yeah.
just
Right.
go ahead and hotwire
It's
it.
old school crank, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and crank it then.
And this would be a cool roll, I believe, because this is in the middle of the street. If you don't want to make too much noise or draw attention to yourself, but you're also, people are watching you. And you're under a time limit here.
Yeah. So that's 4 with total successes of 2.
Okay.
We've got ourselves a proper Henry Ford here.
So wait, 4 with total successes of 2. So I'm rolling 2 against you, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I understood that breakdown.
Yeah. No worries. I just wanted to let you know. 4 total dice.
Yep.
2 successes. Yep.
Okay. And I've only got 1 success on my end. So let's see what. I'm gonna say you have 2 options here, actually. So
Okay.
with your cool, because and we'll start opening up the other options on Savvy and Quick here pretty soon. I just didn't want you guys to immediately get the vaccine and then, be already 50% done on the first roll. Just for fun purposes here. So your two options are you found a safe room, heal an injury, which nobody's injured yet. So not the great, but a safe room is always a nice thing to have. Two is you uncovered like a dead drop or an asset here, and you get to reduce your risk by 1. So that means I no longer score on a 4, 3, 2, 1, right? I will now score on a 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
So that can be highly advantageous for you.
I mean, we have a car now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say we've reduced our risk if you're leaving it up to our discretion.
Oh, yeah. So originally it says players choose, but because those other two are strong win conditions, I'd limited it to just one choice on the previous two. Here in a roll or two, we'll have those fully opened up, just to make sure. Because it felt weird immediately upon leaving the place and saying, "Hey, go across town to find the vaccine." So.
Just jump cut all the way across town. It's fine.
Right. It is the first time we're playing the system. So, GM's note for future GMs here. Don't make vaccine nabbing part of the plot. It's going to come to you as part of a roll. Pro tip.
Pro tip.
But I think if Harold with a push, the car starts coughing and starts running.
Yes. I absolutely think the car starts running. Y'all are fully liable to hop in and take off. One of the things you're going to have to avoid, though, because these cars, especially at this time, were not quiet, is you are likely going to attract attention from the high-spirited who are still shambling around the streets. So as you drive through, one of the next issues you're going to run into is avoiding the shambling, because these vehicles were not the most sturdy things. If you hit a high-spirited person, one, they're still a person, so you don't want to do that. And two, you could wreck the whole thing, make a lot more noise, and set yourselves off as a problem. So,
I mean, to be fair, older cars typically were made of steel, meaning if they hit somebody, they weren't going to buckle, the person was.
The wooden wheels and the...
Well,
right?
These cars can go 40 miles an hour. I just checked, vehicles made in, the 1920s.
They weren't going fast.
No, but you ever been hit by... They go at 30 miles an hour. You're not going to want to get up afterwards either.
Once again, it could cause damage to your vehicle, whether it is full damage or not. And two, you don't want to just randomly be splattering people on the street. So no matter what, even if you think this car is going to survive it, you're probably not going to just be like, we're playing Grand Theft Auto here today.
Say.
Yeah, sir.
These
Grand
are
Theft Auto
people you are
1920s.
actually trying to save, So.
Harold doesn't know how to drive, so Harold's not driving.
Oh, God.
The steering wheel's on the wrong side. I can't drive like this.
Okay, well, apparently...
What about you, Pete?
Man, it's a straight road. This isn't a difficult situation
It's
here.
really not. It's just kind of hop in driver's seat and fucking go.
Okay.
Famous last words.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so
Driving is
simple.
difficult regularly, but these things are all manuals, so it's even harder.
Well, it's not even the manual part they have to worry about. There's no power steering.
Yeah.
So you gotta jank it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's some gloves in the compartment, though, right? Just to really...
To grip on real good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
And the 38 revolver, too, right
No,
next to the gloves.
So am I driving, or is Pete driving, or... I'm fine with
to make,
driving.
to make life more interesting, and because you don't seem to want to jump into the wheel, I will drive.
It's not that I don't want to. I just wanted to give everyone else their chance. But yeah.
This
Always
is,
a lady. Always a lady.
Yeah, so this I believe is going to be a quick roll. Because you're slipping past trouble, right? You gotta be fast on the wheel, but not too fast so that this thing tips over, right? Because I'm sure turn radius was not well accounted for at the time. They look very high-centered. So...
do all of us a favor. Let's double check the rules on these drink tokens, because I have a pretty strong feeling we're going to need one right now.
Yes. As a reminder, drink tokens. You can gain an extra reroll until the end of the scene. You can heal an energy or injury. You can reduce risk by 1. You can clear a gap, which is removing the dice I get to roll. And you can increase one of your attributes by +2.
I'm gonna. Can I do this after the roll, or do I have to declare this before I start playing with the dice?
It has to be before the DM starts rolling.
Yeah.
Cool. And it's +2 for the entire scene.
Until the
yes.
end of the scene, yeah.
Into the scene. Okay, cool. I am. Here you go. Here's one of my tokens.
Immediately, I don't try. That's right, because your face is like
yeah. So
blowing it.
for full transparency, my quick score is a 2, so I need to get a 2 or a 1 to pass. I rolled a bunch of 4s. So by popping that drink token, I have full successes.
Yay!
So take that.
So wait. Okay, so did you re-roll and you get full successes, or did you just clear the gap?
I just cleared the.
Increase
So
the
one
attribute by
interesting
2.
thing.
I have a 1,
Oh.
a 2, and a 4. Oh no, sorry, a 1, a 3, and a 4. So I used the token
+2 until the end of
to
the
get
scene.
+2.
Okay.
So
Gotcha. I understand now. I was trying to figure out which actual, bullet point you used there. Absolutely. And I said this was quick. Cool. So, that
no,
means,
quick, not cool.
Yeah, I thought of that as soon as I said it. You got me. So there you have 2 options here. You can earn a victory point, or you can nab the vaccine formula.
No, we were expected to do like a 2-mile hike. I'd rather just like get there right now. We're at the drop.
There you go. Cool. So the drop is another speakeasy. You pull up in the 32nd district, and there is this place with like boarded up windows. On top is like hand painted the butcher shop.
Charmin.
And there, what?
Charming.
Charming. Look, you don't want the high spirited coming on in, so you make sure that stuff is fortified with whatever you got. So yeah, you've got and there is an iron door or a steel door at the front of the place.
Were we told how to get in?
Nope.
Knock, knock, knock.
Nope.
I mean, it's supposed to be a code drop, right? We're supposed to just pick it up.
Dead drop, yeah.
The location brought you here, so it is supposed to be a dead drop. Actually, I should say I'm not gonna put this barrier in front of you guys. The victory point meant you got it already. I'm not gonna make you do more backflips to get it. So yeah. So there's actually I'm gonna change this up a little bit. So the dead drop is in an old abandoned post office, which is the perfect place to pick up a package.
Yeah. Makes total sense.
Just next to the butcher shop. We just like confused it, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's right next door.
It's New York's Post and New York's Pork. It's
Yeah. Anyway, I'm keeping my jokes to myself here.
Let him loose, Tony. I can edit this in post.
I know how tired you are. No, you're not.
and I won't do it either.
I mean, if we're editing in post, we can put a thing like backwards, because I had the realization as you're describing the scene.
If we're editing in post, I'm gonna call for VFX shots.
Oh God.
Zoom ins and
I want a giant robot. Yeah, absolutely. So in the post office box, it's actually tucked underneath the counter, so it's not immediately seeable. Underneath the counter, you actually have the code to a safe. That safe, you put in the code, open it up, and you have the formula for the vaccine and also a couple of bottles. So you're able to get one drink token and the vaccine formula.
Fantastic.
On this vaccine formula is a thing that says basically 3 blocks north, 4 blocks west, 1 block south. And I'm making those up, so this may be a weird path.
Yeah.
2 blocks west, and look for this specific sign, which I'll give you when we get a little bit closer. It'll be, something that you guys will notice when you get there, but I haven't made it up yet. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Love it.
So,
That's Tony.
yeah, hey,
Ba-da-ba-ba-da.
we'll figure it out. It's fine.
I would have probably stayed out with the car, just to keep an eye out for any of the spirited.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the car does start to sputter a little bit.
Probably not got enough gas in it.
It only goes 3 miles to the gallon, which is impressive for this time, but
But should we take roofs? I think that one's.
I think as we walk out, Harold's gonna say to Pete, or to Sean, what did you do to it?
I just took a piss and I just came back and nothing's happened.
Back to the roofs though, Maeve.
I mean, different part of town, different layout. Not going to be Willie's work, at the very least. We could give it a shot. That way we're not running the streets.
Yeah, but it's a lot.
Being
It's an
down
awful
here
lot
has
to.
been very uncomfortable.
It's also just a long way to travel though on rooftops, and they're not all built. We've plenty of churches that we probably could have come across that would make things a bit of a pain.
We have to cross multiple blocks too. We're not going to be able to span those streets.
You've not done a lot of jumping, have you?
No.
There's ways.
That's where you look at me in the eyes and go, "Do you trust me?"
Oh, absolutely not. No, Maeve doesn't give a damn. They're taking whatever they've grabbed out of whatever safe and heading up if there's a possibility of me finding a way up. Whether it be I have the paper or the bottles, either way.
Are we separating
bottles?
the hull?
Hmm?
Are we separating the hull? Or like the package?
Probably, right? That way at least one part gets, even if someone gets doped.
I will say, as a above the table discussion here, the vaccine formula is the only part of that matters. The bottles were just the bottle token. For
Did
y'all.
do we each get a bottle token, or is that just a bottle
No,
token
just
for the person?
one.
Okay. I just wanted to ask. I haven't been adding on anymore.
Nope, you're good. Good question.
Cool. I think Harold's gonna look for a ladder to get up on the post office or the butcher shop.
Okay. There may not be a ladder, but I think there is another one of these. They were newfangled probably 10 years ago. That we realized that too many buildings burnt down with people inside them. We got to add fire escapes. So fire escapes started getting added to things. You can probably jump up and get to this fire escape, but it is going to require a quick roll.
Yeah. Yeah, Harold's gonna go ahead and try and jump up, pull down the ladder to the fire escape. Is it under and at?
Under and at, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that's 1 out of 3 success.
Okay.
So all we can hope for is Tony rolls high.
I'd say, unless you want to re-roll,
You
or
can re-roll,
use
that's
a
right.
token
I keep
type thing
forgetting
here.
about those.
I know. Well, that's why I'm saying it. You're fully allowed to let me roll here. I just want to make sure that we consider the possibilities here. More mayhem could be more fun, but also,
Yeah,
success is a blast.
I'm gonna stick with it. I've reduced the risk last time around. I'm gonna stick with it.
Perfect. Okay. Well, that is 2 successes on my end.
Okay.
So that is going to be a failure. So let's see what kind of a failure we got here. That's another 6. That is a little bit disappointing. I'm not gonna lie to you. As the GM, I'm like, give me some ammunition, and I keep
Give me
getting
something
6s.
to hurt him with.
And it's been on different dice. That's the wild part. It's not like there's one dice that's rolling 6s. It's just something.
It's just your knack for rolling high.
Yeah,
knack for rolling
apparently
high.
I'm too good at this.
We need to have that thing you just did as a gift, so you can people say, "I'm too good at this." As you like,
Oh
wiggle
no! The
away.
moment I have this recorded, it's going to be a GIF.
Good.
Please do. We're making emotes of people's faces, so you know, I'm okay with this being.
One sec.
Whatever, you know. Tagging the recording. Okay. So, I think that I think you just don't have the hops, to be honest with you. I think.
Oh yeah.
Because nothing bad happens to you. You just aren't. The fire escape, it turns out, doesn't go all the way up, and the ladder doesn't deploy correctly.
Yeah. I would say like Harold's fingertips just kiss the rail, and then fall down. Yeah.
Like me trying to dunk. Yeah.
Well, you know.
Well, this could have been a way up.
So you're gonna have to find another way, possibly the sewers.
I don't want to do it in the sewers. That smell takes weeks to get out of you.
Oh, but we don't gotta deal with cops down there.
And obviously,
Yeah, but what do you get down there?
Rats. And Irish people.
I'm just gonna punch him.
I'm not gonna make you roll for that.
I won't dodge.
There's not a PvP system here, so there's you can narratively scuffle about all you
It's
want.
fully just a poof.
He doesn't do anything. He just chuckles.
You're such a prick.
So when they call you Hooch Hawk, that's not because of your flying abilities, is what I'm gathering.
No.
Gotcha.
No, it's because my nose there.
Well, you know. I guess there's
People are
worse
mean.
ways to get a nickname. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, if we can't go up, I'd say we go down, just because I don't want to be on the streets in another district that I'm not exactly familiar with.
Right, and the car's gonna attract more of them than we want to admit.
Eh, that one too.
Mhm.
I'm gonna start looking for a manhole.
Oh, I've been overruled. Or outvoted.
Welcome to America. As I
Okay.
pull out a crowbar, helping the Irish class, looking for a panel cover.
Welcome to America pulls out a crowbar.
That's a threat!
America, free crowbar on entry. Or something like that.
Or something like that.
Something like that. Cool. So yeah, I think this is another quick roll.
Okay.
Unless you're thinking you're under pressure, I could see it being a cool roll.
I was thinking we're under pressure because time-wise, but
I was gonna try and skirt. I don't want to be on this.
See, yeah, I'm thinking quick roll. The more I look into it, to slip past trouble, you're trying to avoid the cops by going in the sewers, and also maybe, hopefully, avoid the high-spirited as well.
Yeah. So that's a 4, 3, and a 3, and my thing is 5.
So 0 wins, and I get to.
Yeah. Sure, that's how that went.
Perfect.
his rough buddy.
Take another victory point, you jerk. Yeah.
Listen, man, I know how to. Quick is where I roll. It's all I got.
You're quick rolling.
Yeah, I rolled quick, so.
Yeah, so you're able to head through the sewers. There is, as you go, you are sort of making it through puddles and things like that. But there's not
Like pulled
like there's
my shirt up over my nose.
it's stanky for sure. You know, this is early sanitation. So it's stanky, it's probably sludgy. There's probably not a walkway. It's probably just a tunnel. So you are getting in it. But yeah, you're able to head through. How long are you guys trying to head in the sewers? That's the question I have for you, as it's like slimy and wet and stanky. And there's rats and there's all sorts of stuff.
Well, so we've got to go a couple city blocks, right?
At least, yes. Yeah, it was like 4 west, 3 north. I didn't write this down. I should have written this down.
3 north, 4 west, 1 south, 2 west. Look for sign.
There we go.
Kyle with the win.
Here's the problem. How long do we want to stay in the sewers? Look, I like my head went below street level, and that was enough for me. What? These sewers don't follow the street paths, though.
Oh, but we can follow a certain direction that we gotta go. You said we gotta go 4 streets north?
They do have
Or
access
close to
points on corners and such, so it's like count the corners.
Cool. I'm gonna blindfold you, spin you around, and I'm gonna ask you to point north.
I don't have what's that feet? Oh no, and 5e.
Keen mind.
Keen mind.
Keen mind or keen mind?
Listen now, we knew what it was coming down. We just gotta keep following that down here. Well, we were up there. That way was north. Now it's the wall. Follow.
I'm also just
so-
trying to get us away from the car. After that, we just go to the next manhole. I'm fine. Just getting away from that loud monster that we were just riding in.
So, here's I think what will be more fun.
Mhm.
How about somebody give me I believe this is what, a cool roll? Because you're under pressure.
Mhm.
Or no, yeah, let's say cool.
To-
I'll navigate to
Track
this
of
way.
directions.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
That
I'm not-
is.
I'm not gonna let it go. They just called us all boring, by the way.
He's the kettle or the pot. You can decide. 3 successes and 2 failures.
3 successes and 2 failures. All right. Well,
I keep forgetting that
I'm
you
rolling
have
this
5
for
dice.
no reason. Yeah, that's a success. So, you're gonna find a safe room because you can't reduce the risk by 1 because it's already at 3 here.
Mhm.
Unless you want another dead drop, and I can narratively give you something interesting out of that. Because you also don't have an injury to heal.
I mean, the Irish woman did punch me in the throat.
Yeah.
I'm also just for kicks, but we'll find another safe room either way.
Okay. So in the sewers there is a hatch. And this hatch has a symbol scratched on the outside of it. This symbol is a well-known runner's symbol, as a pick-up and drop-off spot, and that there are friendly folk inside. So as you all decide to take a second and head on in, maybe see if there's something you can get while in there, and you find there's sort of like this old grizzled woman who is wearing like a kitchen apron, and has a big like 5-gallon bucket that they're siphoning into another 5-gallon bucket. And there is a mess of tubes and like glass and things like that behind them. You can obviously tell this is a still, and this person is making some hooch here. Hooch hawk. You can outside of the sewer smell, you can kind of pick it up. The smell of fermentation and whatnot.
But it looks, for the most part, although it's a tight space, we're not being seen as intruders.
I think there are very few people that enter through this door.
Okay.
And the people that do generally will look a little bit like y'all. So I think there's an immediate look up, like check to see if it's the cops. And then who y'all with? I don't have a pickup scheduled for this day. For this night.
We're just passing through, looking for a specific path. Do you know where we can find this sign at street level?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's and I'm gonna say that sign looks a bit like a slanted fedora.
Because of course it does.
And it's red. So, but yeah, it's a red slanted fedora looking sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little sign outside of her. Big Tony's, pasta and pizza.
Oh, so you can do it, but we can't?
What do you mean?
Nothing.
What do
Nothing, Tony.
And
For the
for-
record, they have on previous episodes, other GMs in our other Wednesday night stream keep self-inserting me into their games,
Tony's
Um,
everywhere.
You don't want to be a
or-
lich.
or just my name.
I don't
So now I
understand.
get
You
to
don't
do
want to be a lich that owns a bakery? It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm now going to find a way to make a Tony in my game. Watch me.
And I think at this point, shortly after this, the lady is very welcoming. There is a sort of don't get sewer gunk in my brewing area aspect to that, right? Like
You stay over
Um,
there.
there's probably some sort of like a curtain divider set up. I'm not 100% sure how clean all of this is or needs to be.
Walter,
I'm not the homebrewing
Walter,
expert here.
Sunburn Grave.
Look, this is all sewer water, anyways. If I had any other options, I wouldn't.
We've
it's
got
just
a
all
fishy one.
fermentation,
It's fine.
right?
Be grand.
Gives an extra kick.
Yuck.
Yuck.
This lady is super welcoming now.
This is not the sour mash we were looking for.
No.
Eh. Just the
Well, that's our show
idea.
for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here.
We're done.
The dice didn't let me, but I still made him quit. Yeah. That's a victory for the GM. No. But anyway, so yeah, she is sort of tottering around. Probably brews a pot of tea for y'all or something like that. There's there's a little bit of like just a little like a weird granny brewing liquor in the basement next to a sewer, but
So, a country
You know.
granny.
she's very accommodating.
Yeah. Sounds almost like a hag. If this was a D&D game, you'd think she's a hag.
Don't make a
Uh.
deal. Don't let her near your eye.
And I think as you all settle in for a hot second and take a breath, there is a booming knock at the upstairs door.
Like a
And
prop
you
knock?
see, you see Granny's eyes go wild. She goes, "Ah, shit! Those rats are here." And shortly after, I'm talking seconds, you hear the door get caved in.
I mean, we can take what you got and book it.
I'm not staying behind for this one. Yeah, hoof.
I think,
We've got a job to do.
I mean,
are you the only one here?
yeah, it's just me.
How attached
Gerald
you
passed
are?
Well,
away
let-
about 2 years ago.
Well, do you mind following us? Getting out of this mess.
How attached are
You
you
know
to
what?
this deal?
Well, it was Gerald's, and I'm keeping up the thing. But Gerald always said if my stuff has to go down, at least, well, we might as well, take some of the government agents, some of the officers with them.
Lovely. I'm gonna start trying to rig this thing to fucking explode.
Not that hard.
No.
Please, please, please give me I believe this would be a cool roll. As you're under pressure, as the boots are starting to descend.
I'm never gonna be able to talk out of this one.
It's fine, it's fine,
Probably
it's fine,
not
it's fine.
Yeah,
You get
unless
to
you
roll
wanna-
one. The other two are mine.
Mine.
It's a 3 and a 2, and then a 6.
I got one success.
Good job, buddy.
Hey,
Um,
it's the little things.
so let's talk a little quick. Talk me through how do we delay these officers so that you have time to set this up, and then how do we set this thing up to explode? That's the question.
So we can literally just, if she has boxers or stuff, shove those in front of the door to give me a little bit more time. And to set it up to explode, really, all you gotta do is like crank up the temperature on the bottom, make it to where it's going, because we're talking like still, like old still, right? Where you gotta like boil it in the whole nine. Yeah, all you gotta do is really crank the bottom a lot. And suddenly everything is very bubbly, and the moment it bubbles over, that's a boom.
Okay, so we're thinking barricading though. Just set up a barricade to slow
Not
them
even
enough.
Slow them enough to where they won't have a chance to turn the heat off before it goes boom.
So just inconvenient box placement, nearly like a full-on barricade.
Yeah. Are we throwing a couple on the stairs? How do y'all, those of you who aren't cranking up the heat, where are you throwing boxes, or like jugs of stuff, or how are you throwing things to be right in the way?
I mean, if it's like the kegs or jugs, like most of those were massive, like go up to like past your knee almost. So just put them just so they're not close enough to be kicked over. Like you could kick all of them down at once, but just like almost like checkerboard them.
Through the
It's like-
room, on the stairs. I'm looking for.
Oh, my thought was, yeah, put a couple of those on the steps, just to make like have to zig and zag, and then one of the full ones, get that up to the top and just like open it up, so it's also slick.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, so you're gonna. I don't think you can get all the way up to the top, but you can make sort of the bottom half of it slippery. Sort of Home Alone this staircase, really. Yeah, and you can see the first set of officers. I think just start tumbling, and the others are coming after because they're coming fast, right? As the granny looks at you and goes, "All right, we're headed out of here then, right?" Yes. And
Grabbing like any of the pre-bottled stuff before we head out the door, just to like toss in there as we head out to maybe knock stuff over.
She pulls out like a necklace, a little locket, and kisses it. This one's for you, Gerald. Your last hurrah. And that's when it turns out on the outside of this door there is a latch, because this door is an oh shit exit for her. Right? If she has to run into the sewers, she wants to make sure she can latch it so nobody else can come after her. Yeah, and so she will latch it. And y'all can go ahead and take off.
And then take to boom.
Yeah, so here's the question. Are y'all headed to the top side very soon, or are you guys going to stay in the sewers?
I think if Granny knows where Big Tony's Pasta and Pizzeria is, we'll convince Granny to lead us that direction, as much subterranean as possible.
Okay. Then I like that. That's going to be, I think, a savvy roll, right? And as you're doing that, you guys probably get a little ways away, right? You don't want to be in the blast radius here. But that also latch door is going to help a lot for that blast radius. And so you guys are going to get, I would say you would only need to be 50 to 100 feet down the sewerway for that to be safe. And so you are going to hear sort of the shouts of officers as they come down the stairs. They go, "Oh, goddamn, that old lady again." She's and then you hear one of them say something to the effect of basically, "Sarge, I don't think it's supposed to make a noise like that." And at that moment, there's this right.
Maybe it's just
And,
cackling.
The rest is cacophony, right? And you'll see that the granny looks like we got him.
I like her.
She's a bit fun, isn't she?
Reminds me of my nanny.
I think we all had a nun like that, didn't it?
Eh. Mine was into opioid selling, though.
Aye. A little bit back home, innit?
Yeah. God love her.
So, let's go ahead and make that savvy roll then.
Okay. 2 dice, 1 success.
Okay. There's not. I just realized there is not a mechanic for if we tie. So here's what I'm gonna do. If we tie, it becomes a luck roll. You pick high or low, and I roll. So,
Okay.
If you pick the right side, you're gonna win that. If you pick the wrong side, it's a failure. I find that fun. We could make it that
Just
you
put
know,
one of your
y'all win
drink tokens.
ties. But at this point,
We need
you all
consequences.
haven't had any consequences, and so I am actively going to weight this at least neutrally, if not, I'm not going to add something in your favor and make this easier, right?
But Tony,
But
we're the
this
bestest.
die has to be a 3 or below right now, so there's a 50-50 chance we don't even get to that. Hey, you want to guess what it rolled? Another 6.
You gotta play a rogue, man.
That's the 3rd different dice. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine.
Sounds fine.
So yeah, you're gonna succeed there. Absolutely.
Oh, Tony.
It's fine.
He's like, I want to hurt them. I want to hurt them so bad, but they keep winning.
So you are going to have a chance. I think. You actually have two choices for this savvy roll.
Oh.
You can gain 1 drink token. Or you can roll 1d6. On a 6, you discover the call sign. So Granny's got some information about Tony's Pasta and Pizzeria that is going to be super helpful for where the end drop is.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for it. See if
Okay.
we can discover the call sign.
Okay.
And that's a 1.
Okay, so it's not. One of the interesting things is the more you take this option, the next time you take this option, I'm going to have you add, and any of you, this is as a group, I will have somebody add a number. And so the example here is 3, right? If someone were to pick 3 the next time, a 3 counts as a success and a 6 counts as a success for you in this exact roll. So in finding the call sign, you now have 2 options that will succeed for you. It's kind of a little bit goofy, but since you've got to hit an exact number, I would keep it easier for myself by going 6, 5, 4, 3, so that it sort of matches the same vibe. But if you got a lucky number, you're allowed to pick it, Okay, yeah. So she's absolutely willing to lead you to Tony's Pasta and Pizzeria. She's like, okay, well, we're gonna take a left down this junction here, because that'll get us back on the sort of westerly path, and then we can hop on over. Actually, you might be able to take on straight through and head a different way. Cut off some turns for you.
Hey, Granny, out of curiosity, is there a reason we had to go north, then south again to go further west?
Might be sinkhole or a road blockage.
Could
You just
also
got trouble by
be
map
a-
man. It's fine.
Could also just be a stop high police area.
You know, it's worth a question.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it could be.
How'd you ask Johnson? How much do you owe Johnson?
No, we don't. We're not. It's favors. It's favors.
Favors.
Uh, we don't. We don't. I'm not asking for your life story. We're not.
Oh,
Let's not.
cool.
Let's not.
Fair
Look, this
play.
is a big old blind date. Let's just have fun with it.
Alright.
All right, don't get your panties in a twist. Let's move on.
Yeah, I guess
Cool.
we're following Granny.
Yeah, you're following Granny. One of the things that starts to happen is as you're following Granny, there is I don't actually know how widespread this phenomenon can be, but in this world it can happen. All right, a phenomenon where if you put too much particulate in the air on a humid day, it gives the humidity in the air something to latch onto, and can sort of seed a rainstorm. So the problem is, y'all have just blown up a building, and put a bunch of smoke now in the air, and so you start to notice an increased water running in the sewers.
Ooh.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, we should probably get out of here.
That's not a terrible idea.
I am
But-
going to need a roll in escaping this, as it is going to start to become a flash flood.
Yeah, I'll start literally just making my way, either running to the closest manhole on top, or however we have to get up.
Let's see. So that's going to be a cool roll.
You know what's not cool?
It's all good, because I got a 3 and 2 ones.
Hey,
I would hate these numbers any other day.
it's true. You would.
I have actively hated these numbers any other day, but
Next week on Messing with Tony, we're gonna play Cairn, another roll under system.
Oof.
Look, I have a pile of d6s here. Not all of them can roll poorly, right?
Well,
I got a Yahtzee of 6s. Okay.
there's just all 6s.
I gotta go to Vegas. Be right back.
rolling first 12 craps is not good. Actually, that's how you lose. That's a losing hand. Don't ask quite know how to play craps.
You okay over there?
I just wanted more victory points, but apparently I've either got heal and injury or Tobias. No.
Or Tobias, not Tobias.
He's over there complaining.
So the thing that's going to happen, you we keep rolling on cool.
We do.
I need to stop asking you guys to make cool checks. Apparently,
Give me quick.
don't worry, we'll get there. Because as you all are able to keep your heads in the flash flood, right? And there's like a barrel that you can stand on to reach one of the ladders that you actually use to climb down into the manhole.
Or we could just wall climb it. You know, the whole take a
you-
running jump.
Yeah, you
Parkour.
you want to try wall climbing and a flash flood? I go for it, bruh. Like, let's get it.
We've got Granny with us too. Like, Granny's
Yeah,
there.
we-
Granny
yeah.
needs a.
I was gonna say-
Granny needs a barrel.
Oh, Granny can wall climb for sure.
Oh, okay.
I've never met a
Yeah.
granny that couldn't wall climb.
She'd be like, "You doubt me?" and throw a backflip. Just you know.
Fair play.
Yeah, she's looking even
Ben-
more and more like my nan. It's really terrifying, actually. I'm fairly certain that woman
Just-
could
just-
defy God and leave.
Just jump like a Power Ranger out of the sewers. Is that what we're saying?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you'd like to, I mean, you did succeed on the check, so you get to tell me. But how are you all getting out of here?
I mean, yeah, I think because like typically in the things the stairs are or the ladders up to manholes are just like along the wall there.
Mhm.
Toby. And then really the only hard part is getting the manhole cover off. So like maybe it's already kind of slightly adjacent. And I just gotta up and out.
Yeah. Up and out. So you are now all on the surface.
Unfortunately.
Here is the difficulty with the surface right now. You just had some cops called to a suspected brewery that now got blown up. So there are emergency services on their way. This is something you guys are going to have to deal with because they're coming from all over the city. So there's not a path that's not going to have, I'll let you know, there's not a path that's not really going to have emergency services of some sort. Now, whether it's cops, firefighters, EMS, whatever, you know, I don't know if EMS existed in the 20s. I assume something like it existed, but I don't know. I'm going to say that they did in this world, though.
Fair enough.
I mean, to be fair, their basic instructions for oh no, you have a cold is go do cocaine about it.
Or ketchup.
I
Or
thought
just
you were
even straight
talking
ketchup.
about EMS for a second, and I was like, that is not what EMTs will tell you. In the 1920s, yes.
You talked to the wrong EMTs, apparently.
I need to get better EMT friends.
Don't tell your wife.
Alright.
Volunteer rescue squads.
There we go.
Yes. So, let's go ahead. Yeah, y'all are gonna need to dodge around, or talk your way out of it.
Yeah, no, easiest way. They're gonna be coming in every way. So you find the first wave and you run straight to them and you go, there was an explosion, and then you start trying to run again.
If you want to run that, lad, that's up to you.
I'm not
You
so
wanna-
good at
you wanna-
talking to people.
I'm gonna pull this off because it's what.
Okay.
There was an explosion. There was an explosion. I'm running away from the explosion. I am running away from the explosion.
We gotta get the granny away from the explosion because you know, like.
Gotta get
for
Granny away from the explosion.
Sensitive disposition.
So- So we're just pretending to be like, let's save everybody. Let's move them away
Citizens.
from this.
We're not pretending to be anything. We are actively trying to run away
Actively
from an
running. Okay.
explosion that is hazardous to us.
Okay.
And loud noises bring high spirits.
There's also
true.
that.
So we want to be nowhere near the explosion, and their job is to go to the explosion. There we go. There's no lying here. I am 100% real on this. There was an explosion. You should deal with this. We're not.
We're not. We're gonna go.
I rolled 3 and my house number was a 4, so we're golden here.
Cause your savvy is.
My savvy is 4.
Okay, yeah. I was doing the math in my head. Okay, that's full successes. So, you can gain 1 drink token here, or you can take a shot at discovering the call sign if you want.
Hold up, I'm gonna pause for like 3 seconds. The implications of getting another drink token here is basically the volunteer health or the fire department. Wow, that sounds terrible. You need a nip of this to calm you down.
In a time frame where alcohol is illegal.
I'm gonna go. We're gonna find this. We're gonna find this Tony's Pasta and Pizzeria.
Sounds good.
But-
What other number would you like to add to the success? 5. Okay.
We're gonna count our way down. That's a 1. So no.
Okay. So another non-success. So y'all are headed towards the direction. I think that's the next thing is after you can 100% sort of talk your way and it's over there. You know, we got to get Granny out of here and we're gonna take her to get some treatment. She needs some cocaine to calm her nerves.
Something like that.
Some mercury to help her out with her indigestion. You know, the usual things.
Just gotta go sniff some lead, calming essences and stuff.
Granny's getting hysterical. We've got to lock her in a closet somewhere. These are, let's be honest, very close to real solutions. I don't know if there actually are, but
Please don't do any of the things we suggested to feel better about yourself. You're panicking.
Please, no.
Once again, don't do anything that we're doing in our fake universe in real life. Generally, that's a bad idea. So yeah, you all are able to make it past the emergency services. You are headed down one of the roads that is from the firefighters, I would assume. And so it's that direction, make sure you come in. It looks like something blew up. It's like helpful information to them, and they're like waving you on, and
We heard a big boom. Oh no.
We're terrified, right? And they're like, yeah, get on out of here. And so y'all are able to get going. You're getting very close to Tony's Pasta and Pizzeria. You're probably only, I would say, 3-4 blocks from it at this point. The problem is, like you said, the more noise, the more high-spirited show up. So, you're going to have some high-spirited coming by.
Great.
And this music is great for this, ambiance.
Are the
Tell them the stakes are
high-spirited
very high.
Are the high-spirited fast or slow?
The high-spirited are strong and slow thinking, so I think they can be fast.
Okay.
As fast as any
The
normal
way this
person,
game
probably.
is set up, the high-spirited have a lot of the same things as someone who's very, very drunk. So I'm anticipating they will sprint for some reason, just out of
Vomit.
nowhere sometimes. They'll vomit a lot. They, don't have the normal inhibitions that most people would have, so they'll push themselves to further limits at times. But balance may not be the best. It really does, it sort of leans into that. It's been you've got a very drunk person, and these are some of the symptoms of drinking too much. And there's, of course, obviously, you don't usually take a bite out of somebody if you drink too much. So that's to a point.
You do.
Look, if we include Florida in all our discussions about what normally happens, then Florida's normal, and I can't abide by that.
Or Texas.
Texas is right out.
Oh.
My dog.
But
is
anyway,
just an absolute menace.
so that's my assumption is that they can move fast. but it's can be herky jerky. It can be off balance. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're trying to like move past them. Do we do that quietly? Do we try and outrun them? I mean, we have Granny with us.
Granny, where do you live around here? Like, where's home for you?
Or did we blow it up?
I live the place we blew up.
Oh, that sounds very unfortunate. You want to go to Tony's?
I mean, it's better than nothing, right? We should probably get at it. I definitely don't want to be here right now.
Right? Yeah, probably not. Back alley's probably isn't the best idea, though. Seeing as that's probably more where they hung out, right? I'll go fucking... Tony, I need you to stop denying me the roof. I need to get on the roof.
I tell the dice to stop denying you the roof.
I just want to parkour!
I want you to parkour really badly.
Have you been playing
too.
Assassin's Creed again?
Yes!
But y'all roll really terribly when you want to go on the roof, apparently.
Very
Um,
true.
I can only make the barrier to entry so low here.
No,
okay?
I know.
I'm gonna stay on the floor with Granny, so we can at least, pick you up after you fall.
Listen now, I'm not that bad. I just gotta find a way up there. Once I'm up, I'm good.
I think at this moment you see one of the high-spirited sort of come out of nowhere, come out of an alley, I would say, as one of the firefighters has shortly after just finished talking with you, and I think the high-spirited just full-on tackles him and does start tearing into this guy.
Sorry about you, mate. Bye. Finding ladder. Fire escape.
Okay.
Just need one. I just need one.
Okay. Yeah, so we are going to, let's see, quick or cool? That's the question here. It's slip past the trouble, so that's for sure a quick roll.
Well, there's a 2-2 and a 6.
2, and a 6.
So
okay.
you get
so
one.
I get 1. And hey, that one was a success point, but it doesn't matter. So you're at, and that's quick. So yeah, you go ahead and take a victory point.
Yeah, because we've already got the other thing.
You guys are able to scrabble up, helping Granny up, and I think as you're helping Granny up, another high-spirited comes and jumps at Granny. You're able to lift her up and out of their reach just in time. And as you climb the fire escape, right, like you guys raise the last bit, and you may even sabotage the fire escape to make sure that they can't come after you even further.
Just look it up.
You climb up to the top of the roof, and from the rooftop, because this is a semi-tall building, actually. That's part of one of the reasons why you choose it. You can see a sign in the distance, a red sign with a slight glow to it now. That looks like a slanted fedora.
Found Tony's.
Here you are. And that is where we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, y'all.
Alrighty. Be right back.
Welcome back. We're back from our break and refreshed and ready to run. To give you a recap, just in case you joined us during the break, our group has been headed through the city and has recently been making a ruckus. The first leg of their journey sort of went off almost without a hitch. There were a couple of dead ends and things like that, but our crew was, of course, tasked to get the vaccine formula and deliver it to a brewing shop under the control of Little Jackson, a local mobster. And the crew made it down the street and was able to pick up a car and literally drive their way to the location to pick up the vaccine very, very seamlessly. After that, though, things have started hitting the fan a little bit harder. As the car started to sputter and stopped, and then the crew started to head through the sewers, ending up in the basement of an older lady who was brewing, who then was raided by the cops for brewing illegal alcohol. So then they set the whole place on fire. Well, they exploded the still, and
I now
ran
have a
away.
body count.
There's a body count for sure. We're not going to tally it up, but there's a body count. And then as they were in the sewers, the rain started to hit, and the sewers started to flash flood. So the party had to leave the sewers and find their way around emergency vehicles and away from one of the high-spirited, or I should say, there's more than one. A couple of the high-spirited onto the top of a roof where they can see from their location Tony's Pasta and Pizzeria. So, we're now on the roof. I have this assumption, because I know our party has been interested in making some more quick rolls. And the word parkour has been thrown around quite a bit. I have this feeling that our next move is to try to parkour from roof to roof from here.
Oh, absolutely. At least that's my plan.
Oh yeah, yeah. For runners, we haven't done much.
Yeah.
Run from the cops, that counts.
It's been a little bit more of joggers and walkers.
That's copyright, you can't say that. Sorry, walkers.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
You went
Oh,
the
oh.
Walking Dead, didn't you?
Yeah,
Is
we did.
it- Okay.
Hi, Toby.
Can you tell how much I've watched that show?
You're not missing out on much.
Really not.
So, who wants to head up the parkour check?
I think I just
All
made
right.
the last roll, so.
Yep. Let's go for it, Harold.
Okay,
Hooch
this
Hawk.
is a,
Let's see if they can fly.
so we're doing a cool, right?
Quick.
I was gonna have to be a quick.
Oh well, I wouldn't have volunteered if it would, but it is 3 with 1 success.
Oof. Okay. Let's see what we can have happen here. Well, I have gotten 2 successes.
Oh no.
Okay.
So, the next roll, I'm gonna call it now, is a 6.
Yeah. Well, it was raining. You know, it's hard to
Slick.
Yeah.
jump across. Yeah.
It's not a 6. Okay.
We're doomed.
Okay, so
What is
I will
it?
say, this actually fits really well with the narrative. You see the Hooch Hawk take and run across and hop up on the ledge of the building and take a jump for a fire escape on the next building, and absolutely, you get your hands on it, but yet that bar is wet.
Yeah.
And so it is. You're going to take an injury from this.
Yeah. As he jumps off the roof, he does go, "Caw."
I love the moment that it's like the yell as you go down is almost the same caca as the excited caca, right?
Yeah.
So
You good, mate?
That looks like it
So here-
started.
Real quick, I'm not quite done yet. Before
Oh,
y'all
no.
react to it, as you are falling, you fall on top of a cop car. Because you got the busted result, you are not yet arrested.
Mm-hmm.
But now the cops are involved.
Okay.
And you hear this officer get out of their vehicle. I guess it'd be like a Model T, so it wouldn't really be a cop car, would it? It'd be something. Cop vehicle, cop carriage, cop whatever.
A horse-drawn cop carriage,
Yeah.
right?
Horse drawn.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We can just steal the horses. It's fine.
This is the 1920s, not the 1820s.
But why?
So yeah, you see this cop get out.
Yeah.
Where the hell did you come from?
I slept.
So I'm not incapacitated. So Harold will say, it's really slippery up there. Really slick.
You owe me 25 cents, mate. Thought you couldn't make it.
You know what? Because this is very funny, I'm very excited about this. Brett, go ahead and make me that savvy roll.
Oh, dip.
Oh no.
I rolled a 1 on a 1 die.
What?
Hmm.
I was so excited.
I was so scared.
No.
I
wait,
was
wait,
so
wait,
scared.
wait. Brett, that's not how this works. You get the full 5 dice for your die pool.
Not
No,
in my.
he has his cool Tobias.
Cool is your die pool size. 1 is your target number.
Yes.
Is it? Yes?
Yes.
Oh. Well, that's 1.
That's 1-1.
Let me
And
put
we
that
get
over
4
there.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll 4 more
Uh,
as I sit and wait.
Oh no.
Yeah, nope. Those are all failures.
Thank you.
Oh.
I'll take
Oh.
these.
No. Just to preface this, your cool is what again?
Mine?
Yeah. Is it a 5?
My pool's a 5.
Shit fuck.
So, all I gotta do is succeed on 2 of these. Okay, there's one of them. Oh yeah,
I'm
that's
crushing
3
a girl.
successes. So, on the break, we were talking about how we haven't really had consequences, and I think the world looked at us and went,
Ah, bet.
"Bet."
We wanted you to feel included, Tony.
Thanks. I'm very happy about this. So let's see, what is this? Oh no.
I will say, before you explain this, anytime I've shown up to the one-shot Wonderarium, either my system crashes, or I'm the joke character that somehow always has the bad things happen to them or causes bad things to happen in the game. That's a reoccurring theme I've noticed.
I do not make this happen, for the record.
Uh-huh.
The dice gods, they hate us.
Quick question to the other players. Who here isn't the joke character?
No, I'm like the Neville Longbottom is what I'm saying. Everything
Yeah.
happens.
I mean, mine cause. So. Just.
Are we sure I am not the joke character?
There's a difference from being a joke and then being the joke character, Tony.
So here is.
I don't think we should tempt the man who has our fate in his hand right now.
Having a great time.
I hear. Brett, you are now receiving an injury, by the way.
Oh, good.
Because you also got the busted result. I went from rolling all 6s to all 1s. And this is a little bit
That break
complicated.
fucked us.
Is this Irish one pushed me off the side of the truck as I'm trying to make this a bit?
I love this. Are
No!
you willing to do this? Are you willing to do this?
Sure, fuck it. I just accidentally bump into him, but oh. You're supposed to actually, steady yourself before you, lean over.
As you see, it's just dunk.
Holy hell!
I'm,
Ah.
You
Blood
know-
bleeding out of my head.
Oh,
as the person who is afraid of both above and below the ground, I'm going to run up and try to smooth this over for all of you, officer.
Go ahead and give me that savvy roll then.
I will. Officer, I apologize. There's high-spirited on the other side of the building. We couldn't get around because of the explosion that happened earlier, so roads are blocked off. We only went up and we're trying to get to our dear old granny's, to her
possible
grandson's house. There was no other way we could think of doing this, and then the unthinkable, unfortunate happened. The Irishman started talking. Oh, sorry, the Englishman started talking.
There it is. I was like, wait a minute.
Wait a sec!
That's not right. That's not right at all.
I didn't do a damn thing!
Not that no one can prove. Here's your savvy. Whoa. 4, 2, 1. They're all successes.
Okay. So yeah, you made three
How do you mean
successes.
the Englishman started talking?
Perfect.
Exactly what it
So-
sounds like.
So go ahead. I believe you're gonna want to discover the call sign then here, right? Aren't you?
Yes, because we're like a block away.
You're
We're like a block away from Tony's Pizza Italiana, Italian
Pasta.
pizzeria.
Yeah.
We're just adding 4. Is that?
No, it's easier to keep track of.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's 4, 5, 6.
And that's a 3.
God!
Keeping the game alive.
I don't know why I'm still clapping. I fell off a roof because an Irishman pushed me.
Don't be British.
Amazing. I think you see. By the way, the granny comes down with you, right?
I'm still up there.
And I think you'll see as you're sort of smoothing this over, and you motion to Granny. You'll see Granny goes, "Hey, officer, I got something to show you." And it's right in here, and she'll cold cock him. Just straight out.
Granny. Oh no, Granny.
And there are
Granny's
2
gonna
of them,
fire.
right?
There was just the one.
Oh, okay, good. Good.
There was 2 of you that fell on the vehicle.
So are we taking
No,
that
we
one
have-
too?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Kyle, no!
I need someone to clip this
Ned's
face.
face is absolutely panicked.
Tell me when I can stop.
Never.
Ned's face is panicked.
Stelina, come.
Well, we're
Hold on.
we're right near Tony's anyways. We don't need.
Slippery Pete's gonna slip out of here too.
You know what? If you guys get to the restaurant, Slippery Pete will become Slippery Pizza.
No, you don't
Gross.
deserve that.
It was good, and you know
You
it.
don't deserve that, and you fucking know it.
So good. Anyway. All right, y'all. So, are you taking the car or not?
Probably not.
No, I think it's gonna look really sus pulling up to a spot with a cop car.
That's essentially a speakeasy drop point.
Also, another thing, the lighting situation in early 20s New York was awful. So there's a good chance the cop does not recognize our faces, so we could just go.
We could just leave.
Because it's still pour and rain, right? Like, it is a downpour right now.
Yes. Yeah, it is raining heavily still.
Yeah, I'll just kind of like hardcore my way down, not actually taking the stairs, just like boop, boop, boop.
Okay. So, y'all are now back on street level, despite having tried the roofs 3 separate times.
I hate all of you. You all suck so much.
What? Why you push me down, you bloody bastard?
Yeah, you fucking... Well, that one fell. We were coming down here any fucking way.
You buy me a drink. At least 2.
Maybe.
So, you are on the streets headed towards Tony's pasta and pizza and
At this point,
Granny...
please, we're taking the alleys because, good lord,
Yes.
being on the streets is a bad place for us.
Sounds good to me.
Doing okay on the streets. It's the roofs we're having a lot of troubles with.
I tried to go on the roofs, but the wrong people are making the fucking rolls.
That's cold.
It's fine, we're fine, it's fine, we're
You're
fine.
a team, right?
Alleyways we go.
Absolutely. So we're gonna. I think this is, if you want to use the alleyways safely, I think this is gonna be a quick roll, because you are avoiding trouble.
So that's 2 successes. You get to roll 1, Downey.
I get to roll 1. Okay. Yeah.
I only have 3 dice I can roll every time.
I should have that written down, but I just have a list of stats, and I would have to re-find it every single time.
No, you're good.
So that's things that I learned from my notes for next time. Yeah, I had 1 success, so you obviously win that. We knew that beforehand, but I rolled anyway. So, you know what? You're making good time, because you already have the vaccine formula, so there's really only one solve here for you. It's to get a victory point.
Yay!
As the only person with victory points here, you're carrying a Herculean load here.
I'm just trying to shoehorn them in there so we can be done. Someone needs to find our dumbasses and get us somewhere.
Well, look, you take a few more injuries and you're done.
Oh. That's right, these 2 are probably limping, huh?
Oh, yeah.
There's some blood for sure. I don't know if both are limping, but like, y'all are slowed down. Granny is moving faster than the 2 of you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hooch is like holding his arm.
Hold my head
and
because
hobbling.
some plot threw me off the roof.
It was a quick way down. You're fine. I thought the Brits
but
had
I
harder
think-
heads than that.
I think y'all are able to make it all the way to Tony's pasta and pizzeria.
All right. Is it just like empty and abandoned inside, or does it? Do
This
they actually?
This actually is a functioning restaurant.
Zombie
It's
apocalypse.
reinforced. Absolutely, it's reinforced. And there's sort of like a bouncer checkpoint, right? Like, what do you all want to do when you get here? That's the question. Are you gonna try to talk your way in? Are you gonna try to sneak your way in? Are you gonna try to do something else that I haven't thought of yet?
I want to talk in and get a table.
Absolutely. Are you just want to get a table, or do you want to like try to like secret code something here?
Just get a table.
For now.
Okay. Then I think I would say if you walk into a restaurant, you're just gonna be able to get a table, right?
Okay.
I don't think that requires a roll.
Let's hope.
What I would do, trying to speed this along, is I would ask, is Big Tony around? Cause Little Jackson said this is his favorite place, and I want to make sure that I get the special.
You want to talk to Big Tony?
Little Big Tony.
Little Big Tony. Yeah,
We love Little Big Tony.
Big Tony, because Little
My
Jackson.
nose is constantly twitching, making this face. So it's you want to talk to Big Tony.
Yeah, big Tony. Because
Big
Little
Tony.
Jackson said this is his favorite space.
Yeah, well, go ahead. Before I respond here, go ahead and give me that savvy roll.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're all still good. No, don't even touch your dice. We're still good.
Damn.
I can't tell if that's a lie or not based on the way you said it. There
One,
we
two,
go.
three.
I just wasn't sure if it was one of those.
A,
Oh,
B,
we're
C.
good. We're good.
Wow. I won't lie to you like that. I'll be very honest if I'm screwing up my rolls. As I said,
Well-
we haven't had enough consequences here.
Right.
I'll
Some
know
people
two of us are
will
limping
like
now.
say sarcastic stuff, and because I don't know people, I don't always catch up on it. So I always check when I'm like, that could be sarcasm. I'm not sure. It's not really a lie, but it's sarcasm. Let's go ahead and do the mechanical on this real quick, so I can. I assume you want to look for the call sign, and we're adding in 3. So 3, 4, 5, and 6 are. Did you roll a 2? Did you roll a 2?
I got a 1.
You got a 1.
I think victory points. That's how we.
Yeah, we have to get 6 more.
Yeah.
Suddenly I'm just rollerblading, trying to avoid getting hit by people. What's other thing can force a fucking quick roll?
Actually, can you use one of your? I have a question for the DM. Could he use one of his drunk tokens or drink tokens
To
to
reroll
reroll
that
that? Because if you have not, since it's a different scene, to be able to reroll and. I'm also just grasping at straws just to make life easier for us.
I don't think we're there. I think we are close enough to the end. But I don't think the.
By the book, no.
By the book, no. It's an interesting thought and something I might home rule later. But for now, we're gonna just have to explore Big Tony's.
I tried.
You wanna meet with Big Tony? All right. You said you were one of Little Jackson's boy?
Yeah, Little Jackson. Little
Ah,
Tony will know.
we know Little Jackson around here.
The fucking face.
Well,
He's just doing his job. I don't know. You gotta make fun of him.
God.
I'm
It's
sorry.
really
I
hard to
fucked
keep
it
that
up.
face and laugh. Big Tony likes to, and they're gonna, like, this bouncer is going to embrace you. Big Tony likes to welcome in Little Jackson's representative.
If this man comes anywhere near me, I'm ducking.
That's
And it is
very.
this.
That's a very warm, big hug.
It's kind of sweaty too.
It's kind of sweaty.
Yeah, very sweaty.
Do they not open the windows in the kitchen?
He's out front. How's it gonna be sweaty out front?
I mean, he's definitely soggy. It's raining outside.
Yeah, but there's probably
Look,
like
I preferred my Italian beef dipped and smothered. This is not it. That's the Chicago joke for you.
That's the way to be. It's the way to be. We're gonna take you back to, I don't know, big little family room. I'll go back. And you can see there's like many restaurants will have. There's a room with like red glass so that you can't see into it. That's sort of partitioned off from the rest of the restaurant that they oftentimes will use for parties. But in this scenario, they use it for entertaining other sort of nefarious families. You stay here. Remember, you can get. We got the best garlic bread in the house, in the city, in the house. Okay.
I've heard,
So I'm gonna put in an order for one of them for you.
I've heard something about gnocchi from your.
Oh yeah, we got good gnocchi.
Could I have a bit of that?
We'll get you a nibble of gnocchi. Yeah.
It's potato pasta, man. I'm Irish.
What? Harold will say, while you're taking, are you taking orders?
No.
Okay.
One gnocchi and breadsticks coming up.
Thanks.
Unless you need something else from Big Tone.
A glass of wine wouldn't be terrible.
Make that a bottle.
I'll talk to somebody about that for you.
Good man. Maybe some ice as well.
Oh, you're complaining.
The ice isn't for the wine, is it?
No, it's for my.
There's bad
for my-
manners right there.
He's gonna look up and gesture to his gash in his forehead.
He had a
you got
hole.
yourself- Okay. Well,
Just gonna wipe the blood and put it on their shirt, on the Irish woman's shirt.
Adds character.
keep your marinara to yourself.
Right.
If it's authentic Italian, it's just called sauce. Just for.
Under the sauce.
I'm not saying keep your sauce to yourself. That's right out.
Okay, cool. Line.
Right
I get
out.
it. Line.
No. You're absolutely right with that. However. Anyway. And they'll sort of grumble off. And you'll have a wait staff come to the table, take a quick order, but nothing will arrive before Big Tony. And you'll see Big Tony comes in. They're this like 5'3".
Of course.
Yeah. 5'3". Obviously redheaded, like Irishman vibe here.
All right then. How's it?
Nobody said it was the most authentic. They just said it was good.
Is it,
That's most places.
Red fedora as well, right?
Yeah. That is the sign over the bed. Yeah, they wear a red fedora, but it has been crumpled slightly. And they have a red and white vest over the top, with just a white shirt underneath.
The fedora's crumpled because they rolled the Italians who were working this place for it.
I love that. I love that actually. If you were to check in the tag, it would say something like Lorenzo,
Yeah, yeah.
Lorenzini, something like that, right? I blanked on some names here, but yeah, it would
Luigi's.
say that's better than anything I had.
Or Vanghini's, like something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway,
Pistachios.
what you want?
We got a delivery, I believe.
We got a delivery.
Of sorts.
What you delivering?
Something from Jackson. Little Jackson.
Yeah, my man told me that. What kind of a delivery you got coming from Jackson?
Fuck, I don't know.
What
Toby-
delivery
Toby
are you
mimic.
expecting from Lil Jackson?
I ain't telling you that. Unless you roll a really nice savvy roll right here.
This is the one I failed.
Hello?
It doesn't have to be you, for the record, but somebody needs to roll a
No,
savvy.
please do. He has to roll it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that this is it.
This is the comedy of you're gonna add 2 and then roll a 1 again. Anyway, go ahead.
For the record, what's everyone's savvy's roll? 4. We have some 1s and 2s. Besides, yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little Jackson has his best house recipe. Holy crap! That's a drink token. There's two 5s in there. 2 5s and a 2. So here's another drink token for ya.
You don't wanna let me roll against you?
Nope. Nope, because we're hitting time real fast. I'm trying to speed this along. Cognizant of the clock.
So we're
There we go.
we're adding 2. So just don't
So we're
roll a
adding
1.
we're adding 2 for that. I still have one more drink token left, and if this is the place, it will be confirmed by this next D6. If it doesn't show up a 1, because again, little Tony.
Well, Tone.
No, not Little Tony. Little Jackson's new house recipe was supposed to be delivered here. Oh, finally.
Oh God, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought it was a 1 for sure.
I did too.
Well, it was nope, that's the wrong person.
That's right.
I was just
You're
kicking
looking
into
at
that
this
face
one.
already. Well, he was delivering. I bet you got some sort of a recipe. I've heard they were sending over kind of a cookbook.
Just gonna pull out the paper we got from the thing. I believe this is right up your alley. We still get the food, right? We get some food, like we can pay, obviously, but like we get food. We
Yeah,
get-
you get some food. Yeah. I'm gonna take this downstairs. I don't know. You know, just for you. I'll with something like this, blinds on the house.
Oh,
Fairly appreciated.
But don't no more than 2 bottles, right? And I've made money.
You will be.
That's the plan. That's the plan. And that I think is where we'll fade out here. Is on Big Tony cackling. To sort of put some more resolution on this, Big Tony's brewing brewery folks end up with the recipe, and it does end up being successful, as you guys have found the call sign. You have your drink tokens, you have your victory stuff. So you have succeeded, and the high-spirited start to fade from the streets. It does take a long time, and for many, it takes things that they don't have, money. So it's not a complete solution, but life is better for those who can afford it, for sure.
Yeah.
Inevitably, there will be someone who steals the recipe and distributes it as much as they can. But they'll have to deal with both Little Jackson and Big Tony, and that's a disastrous combo. So, that has been our game of Bottle Spirits. It's been an interesting game to try out. Very board gamey, like we said.
Very,
earlier.
very board gamey.
I think I was during the break.
That was
I don't
during
think
the
we saw
break,
that.
though. Yeah, they didn't
Oh,
hear that.
I know.
Oh,
We just lost John.
Brett is now Tony.
No!
So, with that, we're gonna say bye. I don't know if John is okay. And John is back. There we go. We didn't say leave like that.
Just an Irish goodbye. Just a...
There we go. There we go.
There it is. Amazing. It's been a blast getting to have you all on. So you know what, John? Before you leave this time, all right. Where can the folks find you and anything you want to promote that you're working on?
Yeah, so I'm John. You can find me pretty much on any socials as Nat Handsome Games. And currently I have a game on Kickstarter called Fabled Empire. Check it out.
Absolutely. It sounds pretty cool, by the way. I've been checking it out and following the TikToks. So, and then Kyle, where can folks find you and what are you working on?
All right, so you can find me on most of the socials. Homebrew City, home brewing in the Brew City. I have a lot of TikTok stuff going on, but I'm also now branching out, trying to do longer form on YouTube, which is tough because start to finish is like a month and a half. So I make something and then, oof.
Yeah.
Besides that, threads where I post my half-inane ramblings.
Thank you for being here, by the way.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you
Brett,
both.
I know that you're here a lot, but there are maybe some people watching who don't know where they can find you. Where can they find you?
Mostly on Twitch or YouTube. It is just Brett with 3 T's. One word. I'm a PNG tuber over there. I play all sorts of different games, and I typically am there for a good time and vibes. Thank you, Tony, for inviting me, by the way. This was a blast and a half to try a game. Try this new game.
And of course, Blood. Where can folks find you?
Hello, guys. I am Bloodless King with the 1 in the lust, and I am a PNG tuber here on Twitch. You can find my VODs on YouTube, and I'm supposed to be getting back into TikTok. I don't know whether or not I'm going to be doing that. Who knows? I got a lot going on right now, my dudes.
My dudes, indeed.
But also just
Well-
roll for respawn.
Absolutely. More for Respawn. Blood is on a lot of shows here on the Wonderarium, as well as Thursday Gay Thursday and the Wednesday night revival. Brett is also on the Wednesday night revival, and so am I. And of course, you can find me on TikTok at TonyWillEdit when I have the energy to post. I am there. Some days are better than others because your boy's working a 9 to 5, and some days are sad days. But we're here. If you have enjoyed the show and you want to know what's coming up next, our next episode is going to be Thirsty Sword Lesbians on the first day of Pride Month. We're very, very excited for our slate of Pride games where, if we can do it correctly, I'm stepping back from the GM and letting some other folks take the seat. It's very, very exciting. So make sure you tune in for that. You may see me on some of those games as a player. What?
Gasp. Lay
Wild.
gasp.
But we also want to highlight other GMs. So
Yeah.
it's a great time. And we'll see you then. So thank you again for tuning in to watch. We love y'all, and we'll see you next time. You're now leaving the
Bye-bye.
Wonderarium.
Bye-bye.
Bye.